beautiful.
We're talking about stringing people up on the wall that we don't like. So if you just caught us a little... Good morning to all the Argonauts and Metacafeers out there.
Good morning, everybody. That is not what we were talking about. We were talking about the beautiful pictures that sometimes I manage to capture here on my little island world. And this morning was one of them. I actually put it on Facebook this morning.
No. But for right now, do you have the ability to show a picture from, because you're the coordinator of the chat?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I do when we do it as a 3-person kind of thing, like when Jana or Natasha are going to join us, we have that ability.
You mean when we have
no,
cafe menage?
Yeah. Good morning, Roseanne, and I hope everybody. Oh, she saw the picture. See, so that picture, it was one of those moments, those pictures that you just go, oh my gosh! And my phone was sitting on my desk. I picked it up and took that snapshot. In that moment, it was beautiful. So it's already aiming to be a magical sort of day. I mean, to me, when I went outside and looked at, or I didn't even go outside because it's like 25 degrees. I'm not going out there. Sorry. Just not brave enough, but the window was good. And good morning, Mimi. It's nice to see you. And so to me, when I see something like that starts my day, it sort of sets the tone for magic. And you're right, Jason, if I put those pictures all above my bed over here, it would be great.
And
great.
The rounded edges, especially with this kind, it's a feng shui technique that I use in homes. Because there are no sharp edges, you can have rectangular objects and such above your bed.
Oh, you mean when it wraps around, like you were saying?
Nice. So they become dulled. They're no longer poison arrows, which in feng shui is very inauspicious energy that gets directed, not archaeologically, but architecturally towards your head. Like if people can see behind Janet right now, behind her right ear, there is a frame on the wall. Nope, the other way. There you go. That's your right. Those frames are really bad. They create mental havoc. They wreak havoc on people when they're sleeping. Now,
and does the Gemini need more mental havoc? Come on.
I have warned her, folks. It's not like I haven't given her a free feng shui fuck up. I have. So anyway, yes, nature is so gorgeous, Roseanne. What are you smoking this morning? Everybody's so happy. Fuck everyone. I'm happy.
I'm happy considering last night's debacle on the radio show, which was so messed up.
Jesus.
And if anybody of you tuned in last night, I totally got thrown off my center because I don't know what the heck Blog Talk was doing. But I mean, I had little wheels going around and around and around on every person that I wanted to talk to.
And every time I tried to help her out on my end, it would get more gefucked. No, really, it was just a crazy day. And I want to tell you, I wanted to wrap something. I mean, unless you're going towards something, I wanted to talk about Mercury retrograde for a minute.
Sure.
Folks, it was the first cycle that got me involved in astrology. Realizing every time there was this thing called Mercury retrograde. All right, anyway. So I figure my teeth were an issue from the past. I'm safe. Don't spit up your coffee. I'm safe. I'll go and get my teeth done before Mercury retrograde, even though it was in the shadow wobbly period. But Jason, it's an old issue. You're revisiting it. It's all good. That was the message from the winged. So put wings right next to my finger. It was like the winged fuck you. It flew in.
It's always expect the unexpected when you're dealing with Mercury. He's a trickster character when he's in retrograde motion.
18 days ago, folks, I had a tooth extracted. Now, I didn't read the little sheet that says don't eat, don't fuck, don't breathe, don't do anything. At the very, very bottom, Janet, it says, and there could be, the body might expunge certain materials from your, and I'm thinking materials like what? Like chiffon, like a nice corduroy, beautiful silk coming out. But so one of the reasons I'm talking about this is because I feel grateful today. And I mean that, even though I sound aggressive and fucked up, I'm not. I've had too much fucking crank, people. I've been up too long and I've been drinking espresso. But I'm thankful today because for 16 days, I have had a pressure buildup in my gum line that I thought it was just because, I was chewing food, on pretty much raw material. But no, So if you watched the show yesterday with me and Janet, you'll see that I start noodling around in my mouth at one point. I catch myself because it's disgusting on camera, and I just sort of stop and I go in. And so, folks, yesterday I pulled out two rather impressive and amusing pieces of what could only be described as bony matter and or tooth from my head. And I looked at it and I went, really? Really? Janet, you know that feeling when you have a splinter that's been there and you didn't realize, and then the pressure is released?
And the relief. Ah.
Oh my God, like an orgasmic splinter. It was like the splinter of orgasm of life. I took it out and I literally felt like squeaking in my head, like, like I had no pressure this morning. Behind my ear and eye doesn't hurt. And I'm like, whew. Now I had this experience just recently with the lower back, as Janet knows, and the victim mentality. And that expression, you never miss the water till it's gone, is so true.
Oh, yeah.
You never realize how much you miss good health. You miss happiness. You miss until it's there again, and you're like, oh. It's like that idea of when you fall in love or you find a new love in something, and you're like, oh, my heart can still love. I'm not completely fucked up.
Yeah, I'm not lost totally.
So anyway,
I'm really glad that happened for you. But
I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for my teeth. I'm grateful for the fact that I don't have what my tongue made me feel was like a piece of Nebraska in my head. I mean, it was larger than Kansas, what I had in my face. But anyway, that's done with. We did get through some good, juicy material in your show, though, before everything got fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. I have a question for you this morning, Jason. In the Rider-Waite deck, there's a card called Temperance, and I'm not sure it's called that in your deck, but it's card number 14. What is that card? What is the meaning of that card?
Say again?
What's the meaning of that card?
Do you remember how I said there is the metering of the waves, or the metering of energy? In this card, Le Temperance, which is incorrectly named 100%. The people in Marseille fucked it up. Actually, no. Yeah, the people in Marseille fucked it up. And then the Rider-Waite was made from that after. And so the real name of this card is Balance, which of course is not number 8 card that we would think of. However, in my book and in the work that you and I are going to be doing, I am officially, I've got balls. I am officially renaming the card.
And you're naming it?
I think I'm going to go with either measurements, or better, measurings, or the idea is that you see there are these two jugs, and one is gold, one is silver, one is positive male, one is female.
Okay.
And he is pouring in this from one to the other. It is important that you don't give, you don't cast pearl before swine, that you do not take uninitiated people who are not ready for your energy yet, for you to blow it on them. Like, I knew that you got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, your titties were in a twirl, you had come out of your low sign, you're now in your high sign, and I thought to myself, temperance.
That's what the card looked like.
Can you go move it over, because I'm in the way? Wait, hold on, wait. No, I can see it now. Yeah, that's her card. There you go. Now, you can see how this has been badly diagrammed, because both chalices are gold.
Yeah.
That is the opposite of what's supposed to be happening. It is about knowing how to use your energy to create balance around you and in the world. Yes. Those wings have come to her, or to him, it's a shim, really, from the, believe it or not, the Queen, which is the second card. She now has a different permutation of these wings from that. I see there is a butterfly on your bottom, correct?
It looks like a crown.
Okay, in the foreground, where there's grass, tell me what's in there.
Right here? This right here is a crown.
And then lower right?
These are daffodils.
Yes. We got to look up daffodils. I don't know the meaning. I know every flower has a specific meaning.
Huh. Well, I'll
love it. Thank you, Dan. So that's what this card is about. It's about restoring balance within yourself in the correct way. Because if you throw too much godlight at something, it will flip out. If you don't give it enough godlight.
It symbolizes rebirth and renewal.
Again? Really? That's coming up.
That's what they represent. Rebirth and renewal.
There you go. So
Interesting,
anyway,
huh?
and the crown symbolizes faith in God. It
Gotcha.
should be in the color blue, but that's besides the point. True blue, that's where that comes from. Faithful, true blue. That's how that come down to us.
Yeah.
But why? Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Pourquoi je faisais? Why do you pick this card this morning? Why do you tell me about this?
Because a few days ago, I did a 3-card pull for myself. And of course, I didn't ask you what they meant at the time, but I drew that card first, and then I drew the sun after that, and then the something of wands, the ones that look like they're flying across the air, like the 9 maybe.
I use the Rider-Waite as much as the Marseille. So
this one.
Bring it over to the left.
That's the 7.
It's the 7 of swords, right?
7 of wands.
Oh, of wands.
Yeah. So I was just thinking this morning, because I woke up and I felt like I had turned some big ass corner, and thus I was awake at 5:30. Well, my husband's clock said 5:30, which means it was really 4:45, because he can't set a clock at the right time to save a soul. Define spleen. Thank you very much. And so I actually tried to go back to sleep, couldn't go back to sleep. All these things were running through my head. And so then this morning I thought, well, maybe I had just flipped from temperance into the sun. I didn't know, because I couldn't remember what the heck temperance meant.
Would you be kind enough to show everyone, Madame Wazzle, clearly the Rider-Waite card of the 7 of Wands right now?
Well, I will. I just stuck them back in their thing. I'm not even sure this is the Rider-Waite deck.
Well, it's a permutation thereof. Do you understand?
Oh, wait. It can't be the 7 of Wands. Oh. What did I just do with that card? There it is.
Power.
It's the 8 of Wands. Excuse me.
You want to hear something fucked up? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here right now. Okay, okay, everybody could see those cards. There's almost no imagery there.
Right, it's just wands flying through the air.
It's a shitty designed card. And I am able to say that as an art historian. Put that down now. So you said 7 of Wands. And I'm like, I'm listening to the...
But it's 8. It's 8.
I know. I'm listening to the progression of your cards, ready to finish the story in my head.
Yeah.
And the first card that I pulled was the 8 of Wands. But wait, there's more. You get this handy Ginsu knife set. Anybody remember Ginsu knives cutting through the tomato and the can?
As seen on TV.
That shit you could do surgery with, not a joke. Here is the 7 of Wands. Now, wow. Look at how full of imagery and beauty these cards are, symbols and such. Look at this. Let's go back to the 8 of Wands. Look at how drab your card is. And I'm not criticizing you. I'm just saying.
No, I know what you mean.
How much has been lost over the centuries. Because this Janet Hickox is you. That big nipple, that's you. You're a big nipple. That is the hub of the wheel. And there are hands that are coming off it. Is that in focus?
Yeah.
And a zigzag energy and flames. And it's spinning. And you are that hub. Hubba bubba. You're the hubba bubba.
Hubba bubba.
So let me...
Or the nipple.
If you'll allow me to recant. Janet is a Gemini. Janet observes cycles within herself, but doesn't pay attention to them. Janet gets crazy, and then...
Are you telling all my secrets?
And then the pendulum swings back, and I knew that when she was done, she can't stay still. God forbid she should stay in the trough for more than, I knew when I got the text this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning that bitch she was doing like a whole, like there was tarantellas, there was dancing happening. Her poor husband was trying to get some sleep, and she's...
No, he was up too. He had to get up early.
Well, I can tell you that I knew that today I was going to have an earful. But when you
Okay.
look at that card, Janet, seriously, the card in the past being the Temperance card, you trying to figure out how much of this God light of yours, which you have an abundance of, this white, you call it, the light workers, whatever fucking metaphysical touchy-feely shit is out there that makes me want to vomit. But, as a light worker, you got to know how much. Now, there's a warning in that card too. You see, if you don't bring in the right amount of God light at the right time, what does that mean? Preparing each chakra. So the conduit, the electromagnetic force, this energy that comes in from the galactic center and your higher self, whatever words you want to use. If this electrical system is not properly taken care of, prepared for this download of God light, you can burn your fucking head out. You can suffer from mental issues. You can do all kinds of things. Now, I know that
I have an open head.
That's right. You heard it here, folks. Janet gives open head. No, she has an open head.
Open head, open ajna.
But this being said, now imagine there is this back and forth flowing of this energy. Back and forth flowing of the energy. And you're figuring out in the past, how much do I give people? How much am I getting paid for it? How much of this is worth it? How much energy am I putting out and not getting anything back? How many people in my life, don't say words, don't say names, how many people in my life am I giving all kinds of God energy towards, and what is happening? It's not helping them. I know you have people like that. I know you have people like that in your life. We all do. Then you have the sun, which says, come out of the trough, lady. Come out of your human design low sine curve. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
She has arisen again.
The sun card is your card for the day. And what is it saying? And what is it saying about the future? I better fucking hold on, because you're going to start spinning again. You're going to go into, I know you have 100 ideas about 100 things. And when we're done with the broadcast, I'm going to have to smoke a big joint to be able to keep up and not kill myself. Because I know that you have now at least 15 other projects that came downloaded to you. That circle is you. That hub is you. Energy spinning off of it. And this,
I don't know how you know me so well. We've never met in person.
I know you better than fuck. Anyway, so this is the situation, folks. And as a matter of fact, I would like to be glib and say we can all have the same reading, but we don't all have the same reading. So first things first, Janet.
Yeah.
Do you want to throw ourselves into? Did you have another big benchmark you wanted to hit before we do the 3-day forecast?
No. Okay. Nope. Do you want to pull a card first, or do you want me to tell you what's going on in the stars first?
Okay, I take Friday first, you take Saturday, and then we'll go back and forth. So
gotcha.
Let's see what we got going on for today. Yay! The Fool, full of possibilities.
Woohoo!
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. This is basically the Galactic Center card, or the God card, or the whatever words you want to use card. Very different. This Fool is very different than all of the cards you've seen. However, what I love is that this artist maintains some of the most important imagery. This crocodile, he is the keeper of all knowledge and shit. I can't remember exactly. The flower, which is opened up completely, showing its godlight as soon as we hit. I love that. Yeah, thank you, mamas. As soon as we hit the first card, the one card, the flower in the foreground, as you realize, I just sent you that material.
Yeah.
What is happening with the flower in the foreground of that card?
Of the magician?
Of the magician.
No, I have no idea.
It's closed up. So from the God card, we go into the magician card. See how open that flower is?
Yeah.
As soon as we hit the one card, manifestation. It is a card where the flower is closed up. Does not show you its inner riches. Now, there's a maze that's Mayan and blah, blah, blah. There's a rock. We see, of course, the butterfly wings. But the butterfly wings are not separate. They're not a separate butterfly. They're on the person. And there's another butterfly in heaven. This is an angel. This is God. This is transformation understood. He's part of the transformation. He's always in flux. He's always full of possibilities. This card says anything you want to try and do today, folks, give it a good think. Don't let your, don't be too gung-ho on the just do it, but know that you are full of the ability to do things today and really well, as if a veil has lifted. That's kind of
lovely,
considering what you just went through. So that is mine for Friday. And Janet's astrological outlook is?
So, couple comments. First, I love the fact that the Fool card has a crocodile in it, because the crocodile plays a big role in both Egyptian astrology as well as Mayan astrology. In fact, in Mayan astrology, the very first astrological sign is alligator or crocodile, whichever one it is. And it represents nurturing. It represents the launching of the cosmic egg. And it's a card of the mothering energy that is birthing something new. It's, very, very positive yet motherly sort of energy that launches out of that. Second, you said something about this being a really good day to launch your creations or to be creative. And of course, today the moon is in the latter degrees of Leo, and it is coming up to the same spot that it was at during the solar eclipse that occurred on August 21st, which, as everybody knows, was a big gateway. And that big gateway was for us to launch ourselves into our heart-centered, true desires that we wanted to create in the world. Whatever it is that was our part, our gifts that we were meant to share, that's what launched for us at that particular time. Now, just because the Fool card says, here, open up to all these new things, it doesn't necessarily mean that happens all at one time. And herein lies the crux of the problem, because we tend to want things in the moment. Like, I want my thing now. I want
an Oompa Loompa.
Yes. And so this card and this energy of the day today says, okay, but you got to do something to get there, right? What steps are you going to put into play? I wondered this morning when I woke up at 5-something, what the hell was going on in human design that I would be so ramped up all of a sudden, because, I've been in this low, as he calls it, my lone sine wave. I call it my emotional low. And, wouldn't you know it, my ruling planet, Mercury, moved into gate 11 in human design, which is the gate of ideas. When you think of the light bulb turning on, gate 11 is that light bulb. And also, to finish out the day today, Mars is sitting at the very last degree of Libra. And that means that we are looking back over the relationships that we've entered into, that we've gotten out of, and the partnerships or business or personal that we've related to in the past 30 days or longer, because it's been maybe like 4 weeks.
What aspect is that due to?
Mars sitting at 29 degrees of Libra.
So you've got Mars sitting at 29 degrees of Libra, which heralds the energy of something from the past being readdressed.
Maybe having to recalibrate your relationships with people.
And it's happening along with a Mercury retrograde. So what you're telling me is that energy is doubled?
No, because it's Mars, not Mercury.
Yeah,
that's sitting
two things working at the same time, don't they? When you have two aspects happening at the same time and they have the same feel, do they support each other? Or do they?
No. These don't have the same feel at all. Mars, remember, is an action-oriented planet. Mercury speaks to us, right? It's about communication. It's about the mind. So Mars sitting at a 29th degree, which is called an anaretic degree, it's a karmic degree, says we are in the process of finishing something up as it relates to the actions we've been taking with our relationships or with the partnerships that we've been building over the last several weeks. But a 29th degree can sometimes be that catalyst for major change or being thrust into a new arena or letting go of something. So today's kind of this mixed bag day. It's very enthusiastic and sort of optimistic, but it's also saying to yourself, okay, what must you let go of in order to move forward, right? So that's our energy for the day today. Now, tomorrow, The moon, of course, begins the day then in Virgo. And that's the next logical progression, right? Now we take our desires and we take our ideas and our creative energy and we put it to work. We can't, the logical progression through the zodiac is that we move out of Leo's creative ideas and all this wonderful creative stuff. And yet creative stuff means nothing if you don't get it out there.
May I interrupt you?
Yes, you may.
You mentioned an association earlier on in the program between Cancer and Leo.
I did?
Yes. And it sparked something because I have a very basic knowledge of astrology. When I think of characteristics of signs, and I could be erroneous, whenever anybody says creative to me, right off the bat, the first sign I think of, very simply, is Pisces. I know I have Pisces rising. It is an adjective that has always been associated in my lexicon with Pisces. You were talking about creativity earlier on, and you were talking about its association with Leo and with Cancer. Besides Pisces, if you, Janet, the astrologer, would say, okay, I know that everybody has the potential to be creative, and everybody probably has more than one thing in their chart, obviously.
Yep.
But if you were to talk to me and say, hey, Jason, when I think of signs that are highly creative, known for creativity, I don't think of Capricorn. So
I think of Capricorn as business creativity.
All right. Well, what signs yell at you? Oh, these are the ones, you've said to me often, I think it was the Aquarians who like to beat to their own drummer, and they're always... So tell me your top creative signs are you think of.
I think of Pisces, and then I think of Leo, and then third one, I would say possibly Scorpio.
I thought you were going to go Cancer or Scorpio. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it depends too on what you're talking about in terms of creation. So when I speak about Leo, I'm saying Leo is a very heart-centered sign. Say that 10 times fast. And from you're creating from your desires, from your passion. And so it's not so much the expression through the arts or through dance or poetry or whatever that I would expect from Pisceans. It is more of that flame that's burning within. And from there, I'm moving outward into the world to do something about seeing it through and creating it, bringing it into, birthing it, bringing it into being. So does that make a little bit of a difference for you?
Big time. So I interrupted your tomorrow broad.
Oh, yes. So tomorrow, moon in Virgo. So now we're at where the rubber meets the road kind of thing. What actions are we going to take? It's going to be I think for the most part, a really good day. Here's a couple things to watch out for. I say it's going to be a good day, and then I tell you, oh yeah, watch out for this. One, Mars moves into Scorpio tomorrow. Mars is the ruler of Scorpio. And remember, Jupiter's in Scorpio, and it's been dredging up secrets and things like that. Well, Mars is now adding a fuel to this slow burning fire that's been going on. And my guess is we're going to see a lot more sort of being revealed to us as time goes on. Mars should be in this part of the chart for about 4 to 6 weeks. So it's not like tomorrow this is going to be done. And we'll see how contentious some of this stuff becomes over the next few weeks. So what does that mean for you personally? Well, depending on where Mars in Scorpio is in your chart, you can take this as a sign that it's time to really take action on your passions, right? And to maybe look at where things have become encrusted and you haven't been able to let it go, or you haven't been able to release. This might be a time for you to take action and let go of in order to make room for something new. So the weekend could be really interesting. I think there's probably going to be a lot of baking and decorating and holiday parties for the weekend. And this may mean that for some of you, you have to keep things in sort of a proportion and try not to overdo it too much.
Are you sure?
Yes, very.
I have quite the contrary, Mary.
Mary, Mary, quite contrary.
Quite contrary. One of my favorite cards.
And what is that card, pray tell? We've had this one recently. What is that? 9 of discs.
Emeralds that look like flowers, sparkling, mandalas of emerald and beauty and green and
Boobies.
And she is ecstatic. And she has the 12 planets above her head with a rainbow. One of my favorite cards. It's one of my favorite cards. This is the fortune card. This is the reaping rewards in many ways card. This is let me make things pretty. This is let me dress up the place. This is I'm going out tonight and I'm going to put on a pretty dress or a beautiful suit. And this is I'm going to, this is a card that talks about luxury and making things beautiful. It is a card that I get a lot with feng shui. So all that energy you had, of the Fool today, tomorrow, all those ideas of designing and putting things up in the house and doing, you can make that happen and make it beautiful. So tomorrow is all about making sure that you focus on the word beauty. Make wherever you are beautiful. I don't care if you're in a studio apartment. And that's tomorrow's energy.
Love it. Actually, that's not contrary to what I was saying. I said I thought there'd be a lot of partying and,
yeah, at the end, but the beginning part of it.
Well, I mean, because it's a mixed bag sort of day for energy. Now, Sunday is going to be an interesting day too, because Sunday, of course, the moon being in Virgo means that the moon is opposing the planets that are sitting in Pisces. And so the planets in Pisces are Neptune and Chiron. So Sunday morning, let's talk about Sunday morning, because I believe there's going to be quite a few of you waking up Sunday morning having had some kind of revelatory dream or psychic premonition, prophetic sort of dream or imagery that has come to you in the night, or even, downright some kind of communication with God, source, past people who've passed on in your lives, things like that. Because it's a very powerful setup when you have the moon in Virgo. It's almost like it's pulling in that psychic energy to be expressed. And especially because Neptune is on the other side. Now, so there's a dreaminess to the day. Things aren't quite settled. There may be some drifting in and out of it. It's a great day to be lazy and not have to, do anything major that day. It's a good day for waking up and journaling, whatever it is that you've been thinking about or dreaming about, or any ahas or anything that comes up for you. Even if it's not so much fun, even if it's something that's scary, it's a good time to get that down on paper. Later in the day, when the moon moves forward and is now opposing Chiron, now you've got the healing potential. You've also got the wounding potential. So try to stay clear of any, real arguments with people or getting into any pissing contests with people. Because this isn't a day where you can really exert your ego in any real profound way, because there's so much dreaminess to the day. So Sunday, not a bad day, just a day where things may be much better if they're passive, or, stay in your pajamas and watch TV, reruns of something all day. Do something less physical and more spiritual.
Fuck you.
Okay. What's that card? Oh, the Hermit. Great card.
It says everything you just said.
It's a great Hermit day.
Look at that beautiful tree inside, the tree of life. The light that guides, the tree of life, Cerberus in the front. It's a great day, folks. Go inside.
Hold on, I'm gonna show that card again. I'm putting you on the screen only so people can see it. Now pull it back just a little titch. Beautiful. That is a beautiful card.
Look at that moon up above. Cerberus in the foreground. He's holding that, lantern like the old Led Zeppelin hermit. And the tree of life is inside, full of vibrancy. Outside is darker. It's that weird light meets dark wishy-washy kind of, I'm psychic, or am I just mentally insane? It's a lot of that. It's got that, work on yourself, but you can still go through your daily routine. But time for journaling, time to write, time to do good things like that. Excellent. So it's a great banner weekend. I have unless we have nuclear war, we should be good. Oh, fuck. Sorry. I should not be making jokes like that. That's not.
Anyway, well, I mean, to me that, this is not a bad weekend. This is, we're looking at, some really good energies, and be safe, be sane,
Don't
quiet.
pull pieces of tooth out of your head.
Try not to pull teeth out of your head. That's, that's not a good thing. However, if the bone is hanging out of your teeth, you might want to, or out of your gum holes, you might want to go to the dentist. Even if your dentist insists that you can't possibly be having anything coming out of your gums.
Right, and then it's there in the X-ray, and you look at your dentist, and you're like, I'm the patient. Anyway, I love you all. Have a great weekend.
Good morning, Jana's out there. Hello, Jana. I'm sorry you caught us just as we're getting ready to leave.
Banana
but,
Jana.
Just FYI for everybody, by the by, this recording or this live video is automatically archived on the Living Astrology Facebook page. So if you miss it live, like Jana coming in, she's missed, the bulk of what we had to say. It's right there on the page, so you can listen to it and interact with it.
We love Banana Jana.
We do. Banana Jana. That's cute. You're so cute, Jason. So we love
every once in a while. I'm not a completely revolting potty mouth. Remind me to tell you about potty mouth after the broadcast. Go ahead.
Okay. So everybody take care. Have a great day. And we'll see you again Monday morning, bright and early. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.